Good morning. Logged in, went live. So there's a lot of sorting out to do, as ever, on a Monday morning. I've been already packing a few things. Let's open up a few windows and sort myself out. And as ever, I'm trying to get rid of old stuff that's on the store. Let's see if I can do that. Sales have been all right, actually. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I've got a few little bits and bobs to go on. I keep getting these messages saying, do I want to upgrade my StreamYard? No, I don't really. I'm on the freebie plan, and that does me fine. Right, where to start? I've gone into my drawer of goodies. What have we got here? A PS2 Slim. There's no power supply with it, and there's no controller, and there's no AV lead, but I'm sure I've got one, and I'm sure I've sold one. So that'll be an easy start. Let's have a look at the last PS2 Slim I sold. Oh, some people are turning up. It's always a relief when people show up. Hello, Julie. Good to see you. Hello, Pete. Good to see you too. And Rosie as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing well on a Monday. Let me know what you're up to. Are you packing or a listing or lying in bed? Let me know. Right, let's have a quick look at the orders. Let's make this easy for myself. I should possibly have this in a template listing for a PS2, but I haven't. PlayStation 2 Slim, sold one for £47 and 2p. I imagine I listed that for 49, if not more, plus 3 games. That sold on the 4th of... Oh, delivered on the 4th of November. Sold on the 28th. So, 50 squids. That looks about right. We've got a sell similar in there. Yes, we have. Hi, JPK. Oh, you're out early. Lovely day. Well, it's a lovely day here. Bit of sunshine, which is nice to see. Sitting on a dog. Yes, my little friend is downstairs sleeping. I think when I finish this, I'll probably take him for a walk. Just packed, about to list. Good stuff. Packing, then listing. I always have this thing like when I sell something, when something, I get the ping or whatever, I think, oh, I should pack that now. I never do. Hi, Vintage Views. Good to see you. Vivi good. Right, that's right. Let's remove all these photos. We'll change the skew. We're in week 46, is it? Is that the week number? Or 20 for me? Week numbers. Week numbers 46, yes. So, is the sound all right? Just to check. I have been guilty of coming in with my webcam mic. We'll put a memory card with it as well. Okay, well, we'll save that. We will save that. 5 out of 5. Hi, Richard. Good to see you. Corporate tea. God, these people are getting up and out early. I've been listening to my audiobook this morning and packing. So I've packed about 7 things, I think. And probably got about 4 more to do. Let's see if I can find a mini Munchman online. I've got a feeling this is this might have a fault. There are some batteries there. Oh, they're big old boys, big batteries. Got a box of batteries here. Let's hope these have got some juice in. Yeah, I've got a feeling. Oh no! What a classic noise that is. Right, have we got all the characters here? It's not List 5 Live anymore. It's Watch Pete do vintage, play vintage games. Well, it seems all right. I don't know if some of the dots are missing. Not doing too well. Hello, Peter Ray. I think it might be all right. I can't keep playing that. I'm convincing myself I'm testing it, but I'm not. Right, what's it called? Mini Munchman? Grandstand Munchman. It's not a mini Munchman. They were the little square ones. Grandstand Munchman. There's loads of mini Munchmans. £100 someone wants for that on bids. I don't think you're going to get that. No. It's £100. Someone's got one with a box and only want 50 quid for it. £100 on bids. It's not as if it's like I'm going to list it and I don't know what the price is. There must be loads of these sold. Yeah, boxed and working, 70 quid. £42. Grandstand Pac-Man. I was thinking about 40-ish. That was what was in my brain. 29. Untested. 25. Untested. 32. 39, 35. 40 quid, I think. 40 quid. It's got a little. The screen's got a little bit of wear on it. 40 quid will sell it. 40 quid will sell that. Get it sold. That's the name of the game these days. I've gone from I want to get 1,000 listings on my store to I want everything sold. I mean, it seems so obvious, but you know. So at the end of this month, so I'm now on the lower shop. So I'm only allowed 250 listings. But right at the end of last month, on the 30th of October, I ended everything and relisted it because I had the room in my 1,500 listings that I get. So I went into the month with all these listings. And then at the end of this month, I'm going to pick my 100 best listings. That's the plan. And hopefully get them sold. I'll slowly be left with like absolute crud. But I'll start the month with my 100 best listings. And then the plan is either to add new stuff or if I'm desperate, I'll get some of the stuff that I've had to remove from the shop. But at the moment, so I used to operate on around about 500 listings. Currently, I've probably got about 350. I've got 360 it's showing me, but I'm sure some of these have sold. In fact, I know some of these have sold. So available quantity is 0. So I've just got to take them off the store. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But yeah, there's about 10 that have sold. So I've got 350 listings. I'll be picking the best 100 out of that to go forward into the next month, hopefully to get them sold. And 100 will be going on auction. So I'll have 150 left. So they'll either be listed during the month if I can't find new stuff to list, or some of it's going to be put on other platforms, like a lot of the clothing will be put on other platforms. So we'll see how it goes. I have done a video on it, funnily enough. Not that it'll ever get on YouTube, but yeah, I think I will upload that and maybe release that in a couple of days. So who haven't I said hello to? I haven't said hello to GP. I think I might have said hello to AC Global, but I'll say it again. Peter Ray. Say hello to Richard. Say hello to Rosie. Hello, Mark. Good to see ya. Hope you're well. I've only put a few bits of my stuff on there, so literally like about 3 sales. But it's nice to get sales, I've got to say. It's all right, and I quite like it. Although sometimes the postage is a bit weird. There's the usual thing of like it produces the printer label on a piece of A4, and I'm not wired up to A4, so I then had to get like a PDF reader, one where I could make a selection and print that to my label. And I thought they were all they all went via DPD or my DPD shop, that service. But I printed one out the other day, and it was Royal Mail 48, and it just came out with a barcode. So I took it down my DPD shop, and they said, no, it's Royal Mail. So I was like, okay, well. And I took that to my Royal Mail, and they scanned it. So it's, just a bit of... it's good, though. I like it, It's funny because I follow George Ross on there. It's the only... I need to look up some other people on Vinted. I love stalking a good shop, especially when I'm starting out and don't know what I'm doing. But the notifications you get are like when your favorited seller lists something. So every time like George puts something on, which is like almost every day he lists a couple of items. You're like, oh, right. It's quite good, I guess, because if you have bought some good stuff from that person. But yeah, just interesting. Interesting. Right. What's next? Do this iPod. Well, hi, Fane Simon. Good to see you. I don't think I did one last week. I've been a bit kind of like inconsistent with them, but it's got a little scratch on it. I'm sure it wasn't like that when I got it, or maybe it was. So it's a Box John Lennon iPod Touch. It does work. You can choose loads of options on your settings. Yeah, I did see that actually, and I kind of thought, oh, maybe I should just. I mean, for eBay, I pretty much have Royal Mail, Every and UPS for some reason, and even then, I mean, if I've got like Every on there at £7.49 for a kind of quite a big thing, sometimes I'll get the order and I'll send it Royal Mail. I don't really hold myself to what the postage says. I've had a couple of people say, "Oh, I thought you were sending it Every," and I sort of say, "Well, Royal Mail's better, and I wanted to give you a better service, given the value of the item or kind of baloney I come out with." So yeah, Ricky's the worst for that. What is worse for what? What did I say? You have to remind me. Oh, what releasing videos? It's like they come out in 5 minutes. Got to take your hat off to the guy. He's reached 6,000 subscribers. Congratulations to Ricky Resells. I do love watching him, and he's done a great job. And it's the sort of thing that I don't know if it's quite inspiration, but it does make me think, I really should pull my finger out with YouTube. It's like, oh God, look how good he's doing. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Listing notification. I'm still trying to work out what that means, but yeah. Major news is, and I probably have mentioned this in a pre-recorded video coming up on the channel soon, is that Sandy Toksvig has bought one of my old vintage computers. Oh yes, she has, for £123.49. It was an old Amstrad. I will show you it. She hasn't actually bought it, but a prop company have bought it. Let's see if I can share this. Share screen. It's just like there we go. Boop. That's what she bought. Yeah, bought by a prop company. £123.49. I'm very, very pleased to get rid of it. It's been hanging around. I've had lots of views on it, but I did have it as collection only. I've got another one in the stores, which isn't good. I might break it down and sell it in parts. But she's got a new TV series, and this company bought it, and they said, "Can we arrange for some courier company to pick it up?" And I was a bit like, "Yeah," but they said, "Oh, look, it's very straightforward." And the bloke turned up in the van. What's the name of the company? Something Lee. Addison Lee, was it? Or something like that. So, yeah. So that was nice. It's always nice to get a £123 sale of something that's been hanging around for ages and you really, really want to get rid of. And it's big and bulky, and you keep tripping over it every time you're hunting around for stock you can't find. You cannot argue with that. And I've got some more amps I've got to test and list over the next couple of days. So, yeah. But anyway, back to John Lennon. Imagine I sell this iPod. Right, let's have a look then. Lennon iPod. Used. Pre-owned, 60 quid. First generation, faulty, 65. Let's have a look at the solds. 25.75 on bids boxed. That would do me. That would do me. And that is, I'm going to go for £79.99, £3.79 postage. Woohoo! You may say I'm a dreamer. Amazing condition. Well, that's not amazing condition, but we'll stick it on and buy it now. See what the interest is. £3.79. I'll be happy with that. I've paid about £5 for it, I think. I did test it when I picked it up, but it's been hanging around for bloody ages in the chest of drawers of stuff that hasn't been listed. 80 quid, we'll save that for later. So, yes, I was watching Married to Reselling, and I mentioned in my last video that I did that that Married to Reselling made the claim that doing sell similar doesn't increase your sales. And I got corrected because, of course, I wasn't really listening. Don't really listen to anything much. Head in the clouds. But yeah, I relisted everything at the end of October. And you know, it's a little bit like doing a promotion. You get that massive boost in impressions. But when I mean, I think I kind of lost faith a bit when I realised what an impression was. An impression can just be like some little advert at the bottom, or some like items similar to this, those things you never look at. And so you get this huge kind of impressions, which is, I just imagine eBay like chucking stuff at a wall, and not a lot of it sticks, especially with my listings. And of course, that might cause a little uptick on views. But the real thing that is going to really increase your sales is hitting it at the right price, and hitting it at the right price when you first list it. Or trying your best anyway. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, though, the bubble wrap, 60 meters, unbelievable. Yeah, well, I am still a believer in that. And with my new shrunk down store, I'm going to have to manage this quite carefully, because I don't want eBay tipping over my listings into the new month. Definitely not at the moment, because I've got like 360 of them. So like I'd be charged about 20 quid for anything over 250. So I'm going to end everything at the end of this month and then relist. And this is what Derek does. He always looks out for when items are ending. I'm quite fortunate, because I should have a load ending on the 30th, but I'm going to sort of thing I'm going to have to check every day. And I think I'm going to have to. There might be a half day or a day where, you know, sort of things aren't listed. You know, maybe go through a routine of making sure things get listed at 3 o'clock but come off at 9 in the morning. I'm sure I'll work something out. I was in quite a good routine with my big store, but I've got to be even more careful with the new store. I've got a bit of a frog in my throat. But yeah, you're right. When you do a sell similar, there's very little point just selling similar and doing exactly the same. I always used to do sell similar and reduce the price. And I think I might get more structured about that. I mean, generally, I'd when I send offers, I normally send them at 10% off. When I reduce price, sometimes it was 10%, sometimes it was 5%. I think if I'm going forward with my best 100 items that I want sold, and if they tick over to the next month, it will be a reduction of 5%. Down and down and down and down until they get to like about a £5, and then they'll go in the auctions or pulled or whatever. But hopefully, because it's the best 100 items, they would sell. And I'll just feel like my store is more of a selling store. I mean, I will have all this other stuff that hasn't been listed that I'll be thinking, you know, that will go on if I haven't sourced anything. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think things like capital letters don't really matter. I don't think they'd make any difference to search. Although I think I have heard someone say that Google search don't like it, or eBay search don't like it. But like how they would actually differentiate, I don't know. Maybe eBay just think, oh, people don't like it because it, you know, looks like some 50-year-old bloke typing a text. Although that would be me, wouldn't it? So yeah. Hi, David. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, and so sometimes I think, well, maybe if you've got a brand, put the brand in capitals and then the rest in lowercase. But generally, I just capitalize each first letter. So yeah, that's what I do. I didn't know. I was watching something the other day. I didn't know that eBay, if you put VTG, it will pick it up on the search if someone types vintage. So it knows that vintage and VTG are the same thing. So you don't need to type vintage in if you've got an old, some old piece of crud that you're trying to sell. And that's just to save letters on your listing. Google don't like caps. Yeah, I thought I'd heard that. Oh, right. Well, there you go. There you go. Also, maybe it's not a good idea to put it on your, if you've got a pair of Adidas trainers, stick to first letter capitalisation. First letter capitalisation is what we need to do. Yes. Right. Better list something, haven't I? I've got a couple of cameras here. I'm wondering why they're still kicking around. I suspect they might not be working. Let's have a look. A couple of batteries here. I've got to go and buy some new batteries for those small, chunky ones. Got a Mu Zoom in there, but it takes one of those chunky batteries. Right, are you working? No. Oh, on off. Please replace the batteries. This is probably one of those cameras that it's not standard double A's. You get those cameras that they advise you take. I don't know what they're called, but they're the same size as double A's, but they've got more oomph in them. Well, that does seem to be working, even though it said low battery. It's a nice little Lumix. For the life of me, I can't see the model number on it. What is it? DMG LS2. I'm imagining the price. Name the price. The price is right. I'm thinking Lumix quite good, but it does seem quite a basic one. So I'll go to 20 quid on this, I reckon. Let's have a look. No matches found. Let's try again. Let's have a stick in Lumix. Stick in solds. There she is. £21.95, but it went on offer. £2.94 postage, £19.99. Look at that. Sometimes you've either got it or you haven't, have you? It's 30 quid. Someone sold one for. That was an LS75. What was this again? This was an LS2. So £25 for an LS2 with all the gubbins, all the software. At £21.95 went at the box. But here's one, £19.99. I'll copy that listing. Make my life easier. All cap titles, yeah. All cap titles, yeah. I did wonder whether there were other, using the ampersand instead of and, something I always do, or sometimes I just put a plus. So like I might say gaming console plus PSU games. And sometimes I don't even put anything at all. I mean, why you'd need an and? You could just like PS2, PS2, PSU, 3 games, 2 controllers. Hello, Fluffy. £34. You can buy mine for £20. It's all about the selling, Pete. It's all about the selling. Why does this keep coming up with auction? Have you gone and sorted by highest price first? I will have another look, seeing as Pete's put that in, but DMC LS2. Lumix. It's come up with completely different cameras. I typed the right thing in, haven't I? DMC LS2, yeah, Lumix. It's only a cheap little camera, so I'm coming up with all these other Lumix. 20 quid will do me, I think. That'll do me fine. Let's go back a couple of searches. Pete's got me going down a rabbit hole. I can even look up the model. There we go. DMC LS2, 10 of them. Apply. I've never searched like this. 20 quid, 21.95 from Lithuania. Let's put on UK. 20 quid, 25, 20, 20, £11.26. That's a good deal, that one. 21.95 on an offer. 35 boxed and looking very nice, so free postage. 20, 20, 17, 21, 20 quid all day long for me. £20 all day long. But thank you, Pete. Hello, Fluffy. I use Plus as well. Then you can do Phone Plus cable. Yeah. Yeah, true. Knocking out the spaces. Although I do wonder whether I probably wouldn't, muck up that search. I'll have to look at how like search works. But yeah, I think as long as everybody knows the basics, put the important stuff in the first 5 words and don't put superfluous words in there and keep it short and sweet and what you would search for. If I wanted one of these, what would I look for? Tommy came up. Tommy from Dallas came up with a good point that he doesn't tend to put like the article number of trainers in, because if you want a pair of trainers, unless you're a collector, you wouldn't really be typing in, for a pair of £20 trainers, you're not going to type in, oh, I'm really after Art 114724. You might want a pair of vintage Adidas, 3-stripe white and black trainers, or I want a pair, like trainers. A lot of the time, I'm putting running shoes because people, a lot of people. I've just sold a pair of running shoes this morning, but that's what people are buying them for. They go on and it's like, I want a pair of like Adidas running shoes or whatever running shoes. So it's getting into the heads of what people want to buy. Oh, it's only a guess. Well, not a bad guess. Not a bad guess. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. You want to make it easy if you are cross-listing. Yeah, that's true. I've been going. I was watching. It was some American, but he was sort of saying like the 7 best things that help you sell your items, because and all the obvious stuff. But he was going on about item specifics, and I always find that a bit of a bind. The item specifics that you go to fill in, and they're not quite your item, and you just end up putting like does not apply or just something completely different. But I should get them all filled in, because I think eBay kind of likes the fact that they're filled in. I mean, it may not even help with search, but it might help with something. Who knows? So I was quite pleased. The one thing I was pleased about with, I used to have over 500 listings. Probably most I've had is probably maybe 700, but 5 to 600 would be my normal kind of where I lived in eBay world. And I used to go onto my app on my phone, go into selling, And that's the sort of thing you're going down the boot fair and you open up eBay and you sort of like, how are you doing for your 90 days? And you see people see yours, you see theirs. And of course, you see the big 90-day number that everybody always likes. You know, if they've managed to scrape a good month, they'll stick on their Instagram. But I always look at the number of actives and the number of orders. Really, because I know a bloke. He's got lately he's got about 60 things live, but he's so this will be like currently active. But his orders in the last sort of 3 months will be like 400. And you're like, bloody hell. And it's because like everything he lists, he sells. It's absolutely brilliant. And mine always used to be like actives would be like 600 and orders would be like 280. I think, oh God, it doesn't look good from a sell through kind of vibe, does it? That, you know, over 3 months, I've sold less than like 300 items and I've got 600 items stinking out my store. But I'm pleased now that like my number of orders for the last 90 days is 375 and my active items is 350. And in just over 3 weeks' time, that active will be 100 because there's the mass cull forced by my 250 listing limit. And I'm really looking forward to it because I think it will just provide real focus and efficiency on those items. They'll be the best items. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Hello, Neil. Good to see you. I had a question for Neil. I'm about to list it, a Canon EOS. I think it's a 300. It's a film camera, but it's got Andre Agassi's signature on the side because he promoted it in the early 90s. The camera works. Do you think it's worth anything major? I saw someone trying to sell one on like another website, not an eBay website, probably a camera website. I think they were trying to get like 200 quid or something, which seemed absolutely ridiculous. I was going to put it on 50 quid bids. I mean, the camera, it's a basic EOS, Canon EOS. If you were just selling that, no lens with it or anything, yeah, it's a 15 to 20 pound camera, I think. So, yeah, I was thinking, when I got it, I thought, what's this silver squiggle on the side? There's someone like, you know, put their name on it. But, yeah, it's obviously some sort of promotion with Andre Agassi in the early 90s. And I thought, who would know about that? And I thought, well, Neil would know. Hopefully he would know about that. We will see. Anyway, talking to cameras, another Kodak Easy Share. And these are always good little cameras to pick up if you get them cheap enough. A lot of the time you find them boxed as well. So I'll have to check whether that's working, but let's assume it is. I imagine that's going to be 15 quid. We shall see. You don't know if the Agassi... Well, yeah, I didn't know that. So it hasn't got a camera. It hasn't got a lens. So, yeah, I think on just the body is like a £15 item. But I'm going to try 50 because it is Agassi. Should probably sell it when Wimbledon's on, but it's the middle of November, so I'm not going to wait around. Right. £37.80. That's a bit. No card, no charger. We don't need chargers with these easy share cameras because they take double A's. That's better than I thought, actually. $24.99 on an offer, $23.99 free post, 20 quid plus £4 postage. So this is 20 quid all day long. Parts only, 15 quid free post. A lot of these have got memory cards with them. I'll have to see if I can stick a memory card with it. I've probably got one somewhere. Easy share. Yeah, I'll go 20 on that one. Again, I want to get it sold. Yeah, not so bad. Not so bad at all. I mentioned in earlier, Lee, that I've just sold something to a prop company that is going to be on a Sandy Toksvig TV program. So I'll be watching for one that's a big Amstrad old vintage computer with base, a white thing with a keyboard. And it reminded me of when you sold the... Is that you called a dumb butler? It's something you hang trousers on. And it went to the Marvel studio. I'm trying to remember what movie it was in. Was it Doctor Strange? I think it might be. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it was in Doctor Strange. And I remember Lee saying on, I don't know if it was on Chris's podcast that was, or he was definitely on a podcast, and he was sort of saying that was one of his favourite sales. I mean, it must be great when you see like an item you've sold and it's like in a film. It was Doctor Strange. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, fantastic. I'll have to rewatch it. I'm sure I don't know if we've got that on here, but we have got Disney. So it's the first Doctor Strange film, I would imagine. So yeah. So I sold this computer, and I had it as collection only, and they'd arranged for the courier to pick it up and take it to their prop place in London. And first of all, I kind of replied saying, "Oh, I'm a bit worried about couriers, blah blah blah." And then I thought, oh, hang on, I've had this bloody thing for 6 months. You know, they're going to buy it for 123 quid. No one else has gone near it. What am I talking about? You know, and they sent me the collection code, so I'm sure they're covered. I mean, they arranged all the courier and everything, so I'm sure they're covered if it goes, if it gets smashed. But I think it got there okay. So watch out for Sandy Toksvig. I did Google new Sandy Toksvig TV series, but nothing came up. Right. Is that one saved? That one is saved. So I've actually done 5, but I've got a couple of Game Boy games here. I was looking for the price. Actually, Lee, I was looking for the price of vintage Game Boys the other day because I've listed about 4 recently. And I thought, I know a couple of people who'd be selling Game Boys. And Lee sold one. He sold one with Tetris. My God, the money he got, I couldn't quite believe it. Had a look at the photos, and it's good condition, but good money Lee got. He gets good money. Does lovely photos and gets good money. Crazy, they went from car boot to Marvel Studios in via Cheltenham Vintage Toys, via the Retro Pursuit. Yeah, it's good. It's great to see things like that. Crazy things like that you pick up for whatever. Happy Chap, he picked up a Star Wars paperback book. I think it was part of a bundle, but it was like 50p or 20p. Got it home. It had all the signatures for like Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, David Prowse, Kenny Baker, Anthony Daniels. Went and sold for, I don't know how much it sold for. It sold for oodles of cash. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So what we got here? We've got Crazy Castle, Bugs Bunny on Game Boy, and Rocket Bomberman. So I've got no idea of prices. Cart only. Probably. They could be like £2. I'm hoping they might be about a tenner to make it worth doing individually. Even then, it's a bit of a pain, but But these came with I think these came possibly with Neil's. Neil sent me a Commodore. I think it might have come with those. I don't really know because I've got so much crap all over the place. But I was kind of looking at these going, where have these come from? £7.25 for Bugs Bunny. £6.20 free post. £6 free post. £7.25 free post. I'll try £6.99. Like I say, I'll probably make about £2 out of that. I'll pop that in. What am I doing? Where are we going? There we go. And the vintage Bomberman is, I reckon we'll get about a tenner for that. So again, by the time that's posted, it's probably like a couple of quid postage fees. Well, I might make 7 or 8 quid out of that. So, but it may be hanging around for a long, long time. Right, what else we got to do? Other news is I got a neutral, and it was a neutral. I sold a. It has been changed to a positive, which is good. But I sold a camera lens, and it got returned because it's another question for Neil. So I hope he's still here. Let's bring it up. The camera lens didn't fit this person's camera. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, a Sigma 7210 zoom lens for Minolta with filter caps. And I put for Minolta because one of the lens caps had Minolta on it. I only went for £14.24 free post. I'll show you the item. Let's share this. Boom, boom, boom. That one. Yeah, so this sold for £14.24. It's been hanging around for ages with postage, and the lady got it, and she said it doesn't fit her camera. And the reason I put for Minolta on it was because it had that for Minolta, the Sigma. So I don't know if I've got a. Is that a Minolta fitting? I don't know if Neil will be able to tell from that. I mean, I don't know, but it didn't fit her camera. It's the sort of thing, it's a bit of knowledge I should have, but it's seeing as it said for Minolta on the cap, my assumption was, yeah, well, that's a Minolta. So she said, oh, can I return it? It doesn't fit my camera. I've got a Minolta, whatever camera. And I said, yeah, no problem. But you know, obviously have to pay for the postage. She was all right with that. But I got it back. And then I was looking yesterday and it was like neutral's not bad. But when you're all green, you're not too keen on a neutral, on a bit of grey, are you? And it said had to send back. Unfortunately, didn't fit my camera, so emailed off. I didn't ring her up. I restrained myself and just sent her a message going, "Oh, thanks for sending the lens back so safely, well packaged. Thank you, madam." Yeah, I just saw you left a neutral feedback. Is there any chance? Could you, by chance, please change it? If you would consider it, please, to a positive. Because I said, yeah, any feedback that isn't positive, greatly, because I'm a small business. I'm a struggling small business. And any feedback that isn't positive does greatly affect. And yeah, she did, which was nice. She says, "Oh, sorry, didn't realise. I only did that because it didn't fit my camera." And a lot of people do that. They give feedback based on the product, But yeah, most people. So my feedback in the last month, I always look at this number as well as another kind of number I look at, as well as that number on your selling app. Number of actives against number sold in the last 90 days. I look at my feedback. It kind of tells me how busy I am. And I like looking at other people's because it tells me how busy they are. It doesn't tell you anything about like their profit or anything. But mine used to be for, Could be in the 30s, or but it's at 65 at the moment, which I think is not everyone leaves feedback, but as a kind of measure for like how busy I've been, and it's been up to like 75, I think. And you get some people whose like feedback in the last month will be, I'm talking about all feedback, but hopefully it'll all be positive. It'll be, 90, 100, over 100, and you get people obviously a load more than that. The stars, I'm glad someone mentioned the stars, because I love the stars. When I first started eBay, the stars were a major thing, going from blue to what. And I got to, I think when I started eBay, I was just under 500 feedback. When I started reselling, I should say. And then I got to 1,000. I think it changed colour. And my next change of colour was like 5,000. Nobody gives a shit about the stars anymore. But like, if you started eBay, in 2004, those stars mean the world. And to imagine getting a shooting one. So now I'm on 4207. So maybe this time next year, I'll have a green star. I think at 10,000 they start becoming shooting stars. I mean, I look at Nick Hills's eBay store and like, it's got shooting stars coming all over the place. It's fantastic. So yeah. Pete, is that a new YouTube ID? What's going on there? I don't remember seeing it as Happy Chat 100. I thought it was Happy Chat 1988 or whenever you were born. Yeah, let me know. What's going on with the 100? Haircut 100. So Flip says, hello Flip, how you doing? You can review Sellerton product. Well, I always knew you could review product. God knows where, or I thought you could. So, but I always thought that kind of went somewhere else. But yeah, you only look at the one feedback, don't you? And that's your seller feedback. I look at it all. I on feedback, if someone sends me an offer and it's an expensive item, it's the feedback left for others, and you're hoping you don't see a sea of red. But yeah, things like that, they just seem important to me. I shouldn't have probably obsessed a bit too much with them, but yeah, I'd like to sort of keep that because I'm trying to really boost my sales. To see that sort of feedback is is good to see. I'm signed in as 84. My 100 is leaking out. Go and see a doctor. Right. I think I'm done. I'm going to let everybody get on. I'm going to get a video out this week, probably on Wednesday. So everybody watch it and everybody share it and everybody say how bloody brilliant it is. Because it is. And hopefully do another one of these next week. Keep listing, keep selling. Just past 8,000 feedback. I think you're going to get a shooting star. There used to be a site for it. Hang on, let me have a look. There used to be like an eBay help page for it, which was a major thing. Always used to go to that. Here we go. At 10,000, you get a shooting yellow star. So I'm going to get a green star at 5,000. Yeah, it changes at 500. It changes at 10, you get yellow. 50, you get blue. 100, you get turquoise. 500, you get purple. 1,000, you get red. And 5,000. That jump from 1,000 to 5,000 is like, crazy. And a silver shooting star is 1 million or more feedbacks. I'll probably be dead by then. Right, all. Have a great Monday. Take care. And I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy.